Oh, no way! Probably the coolest provisional that's ever happened.
Chain going T-Bird here. Are you kidding me right now? The way that caught left side chains?
Holly choosing to go backhand turnover here. What a reaction! That's so cool. Holyn, Handley.
Valerie Monduhano!
What a good performance from Jen.
3-time Portland Open champion, Paige.
Hello and welcome to the front nine of round one of the 2025 Northwest Disc Golf Championship presented by Latitude 64. It's our 7th stop on the Disc Golf Pro Tour and an Elite Plus series to boot. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Allie Smith.
And we're going to work on a name. Smithcomb, working title. We're in the Pacific Northwest. We're playing kind of a combo of courses, but before we really get into it, we just want to talk about our JomezPro Tour Series Cicadas are back. We're really excited about this one. It's a great fairway for any skill level. We're super excited to be doing these Tour Series discs, and picking one up is a super good way to support us and to support the channel and help us keep making this content for you. So go check them out at JomezPro.com.
Here we are, hole one. We're gonna get going at Riverbend East. We're looking to throw it straight in the fairway. You've got the basket kind of tucked around these trees. You can kind of attack it straight, a big forehand, sure, a little turning, fading backhand. You've seen this in the past from Jennifer Allen.
Yeah, just ace it.
It's ace it. Yeah,
Easy. What a way to start.
Yeah, it's a little. So we're seeing a little mist in the air today. It's a little dewy, a little precipitation.
Yeah, very hydrating for the skin. You know, not so much rain as you just walk into a mist. Definitely a factor in trying to keep your discs dry out there. No wind really though until later in the round, so that was nice to start.
Yeah, not too bad. We're seeing Paige here. Just get out into the open safe. Circle two, maybe just in the fairway.
Hole one isn't one that you're necessarily banking on. It's a pretty easy par to start at the very least, but you're usually just trying to get some kind of look at it. And again, so normally we play Beaver State Fling here, and then we have the Portland Open up at Glendoveer. I'll pause for the next competitor here.
For her 196th PDGA start from Beacon, New York, Missy Gannon.
So we're doing this combined event, which is pretty wild. It was pretty hard to practice for. These courses are 45 minutes apart, and we only had 3 days. So we're going to play Milo twice. It's funny. Is it Riverbend East or Gold? It's definitely Riverbend.
Right. I would have called it Gold. It's a mixture of the whole property.
Yeah. So it's just kind of one course, very similar to what we saw last year. And then we will move to Glendoveer on Saturday, then a 50% cut for FPO, and then Glendoveer on Sunday. And check out Missy Gannon, just putting it inside the circle.
That was beautiful.
For her
Showed us the way.
118th PDGA start from Grapevine, Texas, Holyn Handley.
And how about that putt from Holyn last year to win this one? That was insane.
No, that was to tie, to push it to the overtime.
Was it? Wow, it's like you commentated on it. I don't know what I was doing.
I got to live it there. I was there. I saw it, so I got to feel it. Yeah.
It sank in more for you. Pretty cool, though. And, wow, what a nice shot from Holyn to start.
Through the two trees. Wow. Past the basket. That's amazing.
So I believe, Paige won the Portland Open, Holyn won Beaver State Fling. So they're both sort of defending champions of this event, which is a little bit odd. Paige from deep in circle two.
Nice go at it, yeah. Yeah, we're seeing two kind of, like you said, defending champions. It's going to be a battle to the very end. 4 days.
Yeah, gonna be a long one and a good one. Own from distance.
Whoa.
Giving it a good
Right
bid.
around. It doesn't look like it's raining, actually.
Again, yeah, misting. Ooh, left side ringer for Holyn, getting things going.
Calm the nerves a little bit, Basket did the work, but
Holyn's looking pretty dang calm in general. I think last weekend was her first, or Cascade was her first time not finishing in the top 5 all year,
Right.
Which is pretty insane.
I think she had a string of second places, like I think only like one outside podium. It's Holyn's year so far.
Yeah, very impressive stuff. Missy, only about 20 feet for her birdie. Missy coming off that incredible 10 down. Oh, bogey-free round to win
wow.
the Cascade Challenge last event.
Basket's friendly so far. That's, I'll
Yeah,
take those.
it was like a full second of balancing on the rim there.
And clean it up there.
Looks like that was like right in the middle of the pack of difficulty. On holes, do you, Allie, we have this game. Do you want to guess what the easiest hole of the day is going to be?
Oh, okay.
Think about it for a moment.
Yep.
I prepped my guess.
Oh, right. Okay.
Don't cheat and like look at the stats right now. Okay, hole 2 is a par 5. It's 805 feet. Very scoreable. Kind of a tricky tee shot with all these dense trees on the right, OB line to the left. But if you can get a turning shot, maybe a flex shot, or even a forehand kind of through the first gap, you're set up really nicely. It's a full rip on the second shot. We have seen eagles here. I think we will see more this year. But if you're in position, just not in a tree or out of bounds on the first 2 shots, you're thinking birdie pretty easily.
You said it there.
You got to guess?
I don't know what number it is, but it's the
Describe
couple's
it.
ace hole from Holly last year.
Oh, yeah, that's my guess too.
Okay.
Hole 13, which we will now call the couple's ace hole. Yeah, it seems like a gimme. Missy, kind of sawing one off, but that's honestly fine. You don't really need full distance shots to birdie this one at 805 feet.
Yeah, not for this par 5. You can just throw 2 pretty standard shots.
Honestly, that shot she just threw made me feel silly for getting really aggressive because this right side that Holyn is gnarly.
It is, and it's not an advantage to really be there.
I'm going to throw a dummy hyzer tomorrow.
Yeah, yep.
Yep.
Or a wide, like, forehand hyzer.
Yeah, I tried that. I still got in the tree. Whoops.
Right.
Right.
It's an option.
Paige going slow speed, little gently turning shot, which I love.
Right off the tree, she's got options moving ahead in the fairway.
A Z Buzz placement shot for her.
And this is the way to do it. Throw it nice and flat, get it out in the fairway, let it fade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this as a par 5. A nice attackable one. This course is interesting. It's kind of a distance course, but there are some technical aspects to it. It's really got a whole lot to it. I do like it. And they're all fairly scoreable. Missy really messing around out there. But, like, you can take big numbers on anything if you're a little off.
You can, and it's just like a matter of picking your shot, your angle, and executing it well.
Oh, disc golf.
I was about to say, yeah. that's
Simple
disc
in
golf.
theory, you know? And then you get out there and you're like, is this how I hold a disc? Owning a really nice spot here to attack. Kind of nice to have the distance markers out there.
No Bushnell needed.
Yeah. And that's going to be great for Own.
Yeah, so we're seeing them kind of opt for the right-hand side on their second shot and not the left side. The left side's pretty open, too.
Paige from a similar spot here. And she's sending this up pretty high. There is a hyzer gap over there. Oh, yeah, that's really well managed.
Oh, that might be in the circle for
You think so?
an eagle bid. I just outside. I mean, it got past everything. That was a great shot.
It was a great shot. I thought she was more like just outside circle 2. But, you know, who knows? And that looks like a bit of a slip from Holyn. Again, the conditions were a little tough for that out there, and she sends one into the out of bounds.
And Holland's thinking eagle. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking she's going for an eagle there.
Hunting eagles, we like to call it. Pretty illicit activity.
Missy is saved off the fence post.
She got lucky for sure, but capitalizes.
Yes, puts it to the bullseye. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a really technical last shot there.
And this is where Milo can like show its teeth and things can be difficult. You're now not in your normal practice placement position and you have to throw a scramble shot.
And maybe are a little bit flustered.
But she's managed well. She's put it inside the circle.
Bogey on this one hurts though.
Like with it only being 800 feet, the par 5, a lot of open space. Yeah, you really want to get the birdie or for them the eagle.
Own hitting the 2 very well placed guardian trees and getting a pretty rough kick. And yeah, Paige about 100 feet away pitches up for the birdie.
Okay, you were right. I was wrong. Sorry. Perspective there.
That is what I was saying. But yeah, okay. Thank you for acknowledging it.
Yeah, of course. Ooh, good angle. Off the top. Good effort.
Yeah, we know Owen's not satisfied with that one though. Holyn at least converts the bogey putt.
Frustrated about that, but
For sure.
executed those remaining shots, so move forward.
All you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Ace the next one.
That's right. You can.
You can't. She can.
You can.
Can you?
Yeah, we could.
You could. We could. We could. We can.
Try.
We will.
Got one more shot at it.
And check out Missy just calmly birdie start. Paige getting a birdie as well.
That's a great way to get started here out at Milo. Like, capitalize on your good throws or good breaks, your lucky breaks.
Mm-hmm. Equally important.
Yeah, we see a couple 2-for-2 starts. That's nice. That's a good start.
Hannah Wynn, her name getting up there on those leaderboards a little more often in 2025. It's cool to see.
Here we are, hole 3. We're talking about acing it. 300 feet, just dead straight ahead of you. It is slightly elevated. It's a little bit uphill. It's on a mound. We do have out of bounds kind of encompassing the behind and left and right of the basket. Throw something straight at it. Get as close as you can. Maybe use the little mound to put you in the bullseye. Right there in front of you. A lot of options. You can shape a shot. You could throw a backhand, forehand. Really just want to land it softly so you aren't skipping left or right OB.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Let's see. Well, actually at 300, maybe it's not a thrasher. Let's see, Missy. Yep, it's
A thrasher. Yeah.
a thrasher. But from like Paige, I'm guessing slower speed. Yeah, that's gonna be her Z swirl buzz. Oh, Z buzz. Holyn is a Z swirl buzz, which I think is an advantage to be able to throw a glidey mid-range straight at it. Paige pulls hers to the right, but anytime you try to shape a shot, that right side foliage really comes into play.
Yeah, it does. And it's like, again, just what is your bread and butter? What are you comfortable with? We know that like Missy and Owen are much more comfortable going driver on something that's more 300 feet versus the mid-range or slow speed disc.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, here's Holyn. I thought you just said she threw.
I read her thing before Paige's thing. They both threw buzzes, just slightly different types of buzzes. And Holyn threw it better.
Well done. Like, she right into the mound and got the skip up to the bullseye.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
We can see the precipitation has picked up. They've got umbrellas out.
Yeah, it'll be on and off all day. We had a beautiful practice week, as is tends to be the case. The Pro Tour curse. Actually, today really wasn't that bad. It could have been way worse.
It very well could have.
I do think it's supposed to be nice and sunny tomorrow, too.
Almost hot, per se.
So Owen got second last weekend, or 2 weekends ago at the Cascade Challenge. What a birdie to get things going. And I believe she got second here at the Beaver State Fling last year, but she hasn't won an Elite Series yet this season. Her last one was the 2024 LWS Open at Idlewild, so she is hungry.
She is. She's putting with new putters.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Did you talk to her about it?
Nope, she just said no more of the yellow ones.
Okay.
That was it.
That was it. You know, when you putt 300 times a day, they get worn out. Missy.
3 for 3.
She just wants to continue her really hot streak from Cascade, I guess.
Yeah, cooking up. Excellent drive here by Holyn. Capitalizes, no problem.
Good bounce back. Little birdie sandwich.
Christmas Oreo.
Ooh, I like that. I like that better.
Okay.
Yep. Missy, the only one to go 3 for 3 start.
My buddies and I just helped grow the global disc golf community. Check it out. We got our favorite shirts at Quirky Goodies, and a percentage of the sales proceeds go to the Paul Macbeth Foundation. They build great disc golf courses all around the world. I picked up 3 shirts for myself. This one's my favorite. Hey, if you're like me and you're always looking for a discount code, use this one, JomezPro 15. That'll give you 15% off. QuirkyGoodies.com. Buy a shirt, make a difference.
Hole 4, 635 feet. Kind of a difficult birdie for the FPO field. The drone took the right side gap, which is a good one if you're a little nervous for that out of bounds, though you are fading right towards it. The other option is take the left side gap where you're throwing directly out or towards the out of bounds and letting it fade. Second shot really calls for a forehand, particularly a high spiking stalling hyzer forehand, which is not necessarily the forte of a lot of our field. So this one tends to see a lot of 4s because there's so much danger if you come into that right short corner or just blast it too straight. There's OB kind of left and deep. First things first, get off the tee, get in bounds.
That's right. And I was going to speak to, I think this is where you see the first bit of maybe trouble or like
Yes.
tough spot.
It's hard to get out of this hole cleanly for the entire card for sure.
And with the precipitation, the branches on that right side, Missy makes it no problem through, are hanging a bit lower, so she made it look easy though. Owen showing us the left side gap. See if she can keep it out. And that's the issue there. It just fades right into the OB, left into the OB.
All right. It's always fun to see who chooses which route. What side do you go, Allie?
I go left side.
Same.
I feel like I can make just do this.
Yeah.
As far right as possible.
Yeah, even if you overturn it, I mean, I guess you could cut roll out of bounds, but it does feel scary to throw right at it. But I just think you can get farther easier and you're, turning away from the out of bounds.
Completely agree. And the out of bounds bubbles past the spotter there. And that is the tree you got to beat. It's a good place to tree, unfortunately.
It really is. It's right where you want to throw. Paige, going to have a lot of work left to scramble. It's definitely possible, and she does have a pretty wide open shot here. That's going to land a little bit short of where she really wants it probably, but she has a chance.
It'll be a scramble that she's probably not played from that position before.
Yeah, it'll be an awkward spot. I mean, maybe she has in her long history. This is also the 14th year that Milo has been part of the Pro Tour, I believe, or like an Elite Series or like
Major, big
PDGA, big event,
yes.
as we say. And I'm gonna find that short right corner, but she's on the edge.
That's actually really well executed for how short out of bounds she was.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really great forehand.
And Holyn got way down here, but this is, again, going to require a really spiking shot, but she's one of the few who has it. Ooh. That's probably going to be pretty rough in there.
Yeah. Let's Let's see what Missy can do. She's put in a lot of work in this forehand. It's been looking great the last 2 years.
It's fun to watch. And I think the mistake to make is pushing too far straight. You do not want to mess with that corner.
No. And taking the par is fine here. I think we're not seeing too many birdies.
No. Even just getting into circle 2 is kind of a feat on this one.
Looking at the stats, this is the first hole we're seeing that's playing over par for the field, 4.7 average. So,
oof, tweener.
Yeah, getting out of here with a 4 is amazing.
Great.
Almost a birdie.
And it looks like only 6 people landed in circle 2 in regulation and only 2 into circle 1. So, yeah, par is fine here. Holyn, let's see if she has a window. That's a good out to just outside the circle, but she'll really have to earn that par. Man, 4.7 is brutal.
Yeah.
This hole's been the same for approximately forever, and it is one that I feel like could be a little bit different for FPO, but I like the tee shot, so I'm not sure.
Right.
Maybe just bringing that basket in even like 30 feet or something.
Right, to where it's at the edge.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed with the forehand, you can throw a great spike, but then the reaction off the ground kicks it left out of bounds, which is abnormal.
Holyn trying to save that par.
Not quite. You can see, it is really raining. I'm going to talk about the rain a lot, apparently.
Ooh, what a save from Paige after hitting the first tree. Impressive. She's stoked about it.
It's really impressive. And Missy cleans up the par there. Not quite a 4 for 4, but it feels like it with the way that played for the field.
0.7 is definitely more than I would have guessed. Over par. I mean, I knew it was a hard one, but dang. Holyn kind of bogey birdie. Let's see if she can kind of stabilize as we go. Own just one of each back to even par.
Okay. We're moving on to a par 5, so, some opportunity to get a stroke back here. Ooh, we see Rebecca Cox move up.
Yeah, Valerie Mandujano, Ella Hansen, and Taylor Chosek. Gosh, that always gets me. All 2 down.
Hole 5, here we go, par 5. You've got a straight shot. You got to get as far down. If you can get past this tree right here into the opening clearing, you have a nice gap to hit. The road here is all out of bounds, so you've got to make sure you are crossing into the fairway. One little tree to avoid in the green. For us, we got a par 5. We could definitely see some eagles. I would assume this should see a lot of birdie opportunities if you can get off the tee clean. Oh, here we're seeing Rebecca Cox.
Yeah, checking on in. I think it is another tweener for sure, but considering the last one, it's nice to have a super scoreable par 5 where you can just literally pitch up on one of your shots and still get a birdie.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, the rest of the shots have to be great, but you can pitch up. And that's a fantastic drive. Getting past that tree Allie mentioned is quite a feat. It's a touchy line.
And here we're seeing, like they said, the pitch up can still afford you a birdie.
Ooh, it's going to take a big shot there for Valerie, though. She's probably, like
That says 220, so she's maybe
75?
Yes, right. Commitment.
Oh, pretty.
Flips it nicely to flat.
I kind of like that one little tree. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hit it all the time because I'm aiming right for it.
Right?
But it's a good aiming point. It's in bounds. That was a fantastic third shot from Valerie. Here's Rebecca's second. She's going eagle hunting.
Same thing. Ooh.
She's got the hat for it. Wow, what a shot.
For eagle.
Uh-huh. Do it.
Let's go.
Yes, Rebecca.
Yes.
Oh, look at all that water come off her disc. Wow.
The blue marker. Heck yeah.
Love to see it.
And the drop-in birdie from Val. Good hole.
Yeah, I love this one.
And now you can see the tee pads are starting to get a little slippery. That is one concern out here at Milo. they can get slick.
They can. And just the short grass on the fairways as well can be tough. We already saw one slip from Holyn. Missy, a little bit low, but she's going to be fine for the pitch-up play. As we saw from Rebecca, it takes something really special to be able to attack for eagle, which we know Paige is thinking about. And Paige trying to work a hyzer flip. It's a little early. And it can be pretty rough over there to even pitch out to a good spot. You can see how dense that is.
Yeah, a bit behind that tree. Didn't find the parking lot, though, so safe.
Yeah. We'll see if she has a window. Own working one out to the right side and then fading. That's like a very nice, kind of more conservative play for birdie.
Yeah.
It's a great shot.
Right in position. This looks, I'm going to guess, like her vulture.
Good guess.
Gets caught up in that bush we saw Valerie just kind of pitch from. So we should see no problem getting up out of that.
This is an awkward little pitch up because it's a low ceiling. You want to get it close to the road, but not have it get too squirrely. You see a lot of this where you kind of leave it just like a hair short. don't get me wrong, that's perfectly fine. But it's just kind of a funny one. We don't throw this kind of shot very often in tournament play.
And there's like a divot, like a bowl.
Yes.
You don't want to pitch to.
Very true. Yeah, for the footing, you definitely want to get past that or land short of it.
Mm-hmm.
Holyn pitching out decently. Own with the kind of aggressive pitch up. Works out.
Yep.
And then, this is pretty rough. Paige lining up what looks to be a forehand roller here.
Yeah, she's kind of got to make a 90-degree turn to her left shoulder.
Oh, just a forehand. My bad.
Yeah, well,
A decent out, though.
right. Got around the tree.
And she's just a little bit closer than what we saw Rebecca, maybe 250. I like being a little bit more left. The angle feels a little bit friendlier. This one, you can just see more of the out of bounds. And Paige, that one, never really had a chance of coming back in. She'll progress a little bit to the road, but still a lot of work left to do to save a bogey.
Although it is a par 5 that we think is kind of easy, it plays under par, you have to put your layup in the right position for this upshot.
Yes.
You need to know what your angle wants to be. Holyn leaves that one a little long.
Yeah, it's one of those holes. So you can kind of mess up one shot, but only one,
Yes.
It's an interesting one. I like it. And this is great for Missy. Right on line. Puts it to 22 feet for another birdie.
Little turned. See if it can... a little kiss back. Okay.
Yeah, that's the side to mess with for sure. Owen will have a long look for birdie. Paige throwing 5 from a little over 200 feet. And another great example of how any of these holes can just get you.
Yeah, and then you gotta keep your head on straight moving forward. You're upset that maybe you took strokes on the easier hole.
Yeah.
Gotta keep moving forward. Her vest has a hood on it. I didn't notice that.
Oh, wow. Casual circle 2 putt from Holyn there. Look at this little Christmas theme she's got going.
Oh my gosh. Christmas lights.
You're on one. Let's give her a Jomez for that. Dead center the whole time.
Come on, Missy.
Oh, yeah.
Never a doubt.
4 through 5.
It's a dang good start. Really just progressing off of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Missy is looking, I don't know, just not more focused, but she just is so focused every time without fail. It's just very impressive.
She's well within her routine.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like her identity and become how she plays. Admirable.
And it makes her a lot of money.
Yeah. But she's not pulled away. Like, look at all those ladies are really close.
Yeah, Rebecca Cox with that eagle tying it up for the lead. Hole 6, the stump hole. It's a par 4, 630 feet. There is an OB structure to the right. You want to round the corner as much as possible, more than, I don't know, you used to, because we did add this out of bounds area that I'm not a huge fan of, right in this ditch right here. So for the second shot, you really need to punch it or just commit to the layup. Yeah, I don't think this is necessary. I think they took away a lot of fun putting opportunities at this stump hole. I'm surprised this is still here. I have nothing else to say about it. It's still a very scenic, beautiful hole.
Yeah, you said it. Would hazard make it better? Would
I just don't like what's the point? Like, I guess we could see what the scoring's like. Is it too easy without the out of bounds? I think maybe it could be, I guess.
But like you said,
it's just so punishing. It's 20 feet away, you know?
Well, and it just takes away the element of the stump and the
and the putting.
basket. Yeah.
Like, because you see a lot of like 3 putts on this hole and that kind of thing. But not anymore.
No. We're just seeing the big stock hyzer, throw it out around the tree as far as you can.
Big.
Yeah.
It's a huge hyzer.
But I'm curious about what her angle will be. She is pretty left of the fairway.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad over there. You like to land more right? Or
In the middle.
just in the middle? Okay. That checks out.
Yeah. But like if I was 60 feet further, maybe left is great.
yeah, fair. So I was checking out last year. It looks like 10 down was the best we saw. There was a few like 6, 7, 8s. Holyn was the 10 down. It is a different course. They took out 18. They kind of separated a par 5 into 2 other holes. So it plays a little bit different. I'm trying to think if it plays harder or easier, but I think that's a good ballpark for a phenomenal round. Is going to be as close to double digits as possible. Owen kind of slipping there and chucking one into the ground early.
Good layup.
Missy trying to work a hyzer flip. This is going to be flirting with the OB. Oh, no, all the power in the world.
Crushed it.
Wow.
She's strong.
She sent that.
I think that's a nice play. Is like, yeah, fairway.
It's a backboard.
Fairway might finesse it, but you just blast it. Make it in there.
Yeah, maybe my bitterness is showing here because like they are making this look super easy.
What OB?
What? Yeah, it's not even there. Just push right past it. It's fine.
But it is like, yeah, you just throw it to the back wall, eliminate the stump and the putt.
I think it's just also the principle. I don't like out of bounds inside the circle. Just not a fan. Owen pitching up nicely.
Hole 6. Hole 6 played aggressively over par as well.
Did it?
4.57.
All right, I feel a little bit better because they're making this look like a cakewalk. Look at this beautiful angle with the stump and the sign. We love Milo. Oh, what a brutal dead center spit out for Missy.
Ouch. Did you know that was going to happen?
No.
You were like, oh, it's a beautiful putt. Look at this.
Oh, that is a good Jomez. I think this is our first of the year for FPO. Yeah.
Whoa.
It looks like it just phased through the basket. You know what I mean? Like that shit is stuck for sure.
One chain just said no. Maybe high, slightly, but that should have stuck.
Yeah, Missy should be one stroke better, but at least she's still bogey free.
And she's just the type of person to just like shrug it off, smile, and keep playing disc golf. She's loving it.
Now a nice long walk up the hill.
Yeah, it's quite long.
It's quite long.
It's
the whole
scenic.
course is pretty. There's some long walks out there, but a tall order to organize 2 courses into one championship level course.
Hole 7. We're throwing off the top of a cliff. There is a straight gap to the basket. There's a lot of limbs, a lot of tree foliage to avoid. We're flying down the right side. I think is a little more friendly to navigate that way. And the basket is in a beautiful green, surrounded by a few trees. Nice mulch to kind of catch your frisbee. Some rocks, though, that are right next to the basket. Cause a rollaway. I know in the past this is played pretty difficult in terms of, like, difficult to birdie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, we usually only see a few birdies, I think.
It's far, 420 feet. You have to get the nose angle just right.
It's so specific.
Holyn looks like she may have done that with her vulture. Again, I'm guessing that was
Oh, yeah. Wow, inside the circle.
amazing.
She makes it look easy, and you, once again, have guessed correctly.
Yeah.
ESP Vulture.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you can't really draw it up much better than that.
No. And
Paige following
I was
suit.
about to say.
Just a little bit higher with a little more fade. I'm not sure if that got knocked down or kept going.
Looked to be on the kind of bottom right of the fairway, but I was wrong last time, so I think you're right.
And Missy on the earlier side. But she gets most of the way through. That's going to be just fine.
I'd say from my perspective, I think players are mostly throwing maybe a little slightly more stable or overstabled frisbee with the nose down, downhill throw. So that one may have just gotten away. See here, same thing.
Yeah, and the early release is always going to be a factor with the precipitation as well.
But not really a big issue. There's no...
Yeah.
The out of bounds is really far away. You just kind of have to navigate the two trees. You see Owen kind of threw forehand into them. The backhand gives you a more skip play.
I would say like fading left side 3/4 of the way down is probably the best kind of error that you can make because it leaves a relatively simple pitch up.
Exactly.
Paige did drop pretty early. She's going to a knee here, a little fierce pitch up.
Right into the hill. Perfect. This spotter was on it. He marked the discs that were in the fairway. What a drive.
He is on top of it. Holyn.
Dang.
We wanted it. Looking like her first par of the round.
Oh, wow.
Put the Christmas lights out. It's over.
You can put him back in the basement. Take him down. Good cleanup, though.
Yeah. So no birdies on this one today.
Okay.
And Holyn was the only one to land inside the circle. So just another classic tweener at 3.52. Excuse me.
That lie looks similar to what Missy has right here, but actually it's a lot more pinched, and Owen did not have an open basket.
Yeah, this green can be pretty brutal. That left side, there's very little to work with.
Did they switch discs?
Here, give me your putter. And par is a good score on hole 7.
Sure is.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We'll see a birdie or two as the weekend goes on. But, man, there are a lot of tweeners out here.
There is.
But, like, it goes both ways, so that's nice. I don't mind it if they're, oh, this is a really scoreable par 5 followed by an unscoreable par 3. That's fine. Not like, oh, they're all just really, really hard pars.
I explain it as, like, you have to throw perfect shots to get birdies. But
Yeah.
good shots or okay shots will get you par.
Very true. Missy in the solo lead right now. Rebecca Cox trailing one behind her. Hole 8 is the Philo hole. It's a par 5, 850 feet. Just get your drive out here as far as you can. Obviously, that's the whole point of what we're doing. Second shot, if you can get past this little patch of inbounds rough, you'll be sitting pretty. You can choose the left side gap that the drone is flying. This is where we saw Philo albatross this hole by throwing a crazy flexing shot up high. If you haven't seen that video, it's super famous. Go watch it right now. You can also go to the right side of this large tree. We're going to watch Emily Weatherman, it looks like.
Throwing the Philo shot. And oh, here's Ella.
Oh, and she's going out and around with a really
Whoa.
big skipping shot.
That was her third. And Ella's almost had a kind of a Christmas lights herself. Red. Way to do it. Great birdie there. That's a great start. Good front nine.
Yeah, nice and clean from Ella. Emily, from a similar distance, moves to 2 down. Oh, she loves it.
Will not be big putted. So here at hole 8, you just gotta get into the middle of the fairway.
I believe, I don't know, when I came through, you started to feel the wind here. A little bit of a headwind.
Holyn opens up a large throw, large hyzer. Squeaks a little bit into the tall grass. That is like a big obstacle here in the first throw, is the tall grass, as well as making sure you're landing in the middle of the fairway. Paige putting full commitment on this drive.
Great shot.
Get a little flip up. Yeah, that'll put her directly in the middle. Going to guess Missy here with Thrasher.
Always.
Yeah. Gets the nice flip up. Maybe that's the bit of the headwind. Also a little of the Thrasher, but in the short grass.
Yeah, perfect shot.
Owen looking to bounce back after the bogey.
Her flippy destroyer flying nicely. All you need.
4 for 4 in the fairway.
I really like the idea of this little inbounds kind of rough area. You know, it just makes you make a decision. It's only a little bit punishing to land in there. I feel like we should incorporate that in more like park and golf style courses.
I would agree, but kind of it speaks to ball golf in the sense of like the fringe or off the fairway, actually, instead of just grass. Yeah.
For sure. Good point.
Missy's leaving it a little bit on the right side here. And there's actually a right side hyzer to the pin that we don't see many people take. It is a low ceiling gap, but it looks like she might have to. So I'm intrigued what her options are.
I feel like we're seeing more people take it.
I saw it in practice the last day, and I was like, I wish I would have seen that the first day.
Yeah, it is viable. It's just very tight. Holyn makes good work from that tall grass over there.
Putting herself in the left gap we see most people take.
Paige with a huge drive here, able to go across that kind of fringe.
Puts it in a great placement. It seems like it might be a little pinched, but really she's well around the middle tree to put herself in a good position to get to the pin.
Owen lining up at the flex shot. Such a fun shot to execute. Oh, yeah.
That was very well done.
Beautiful.
Little wind read, the chalk bag. This is an aggressive angle. We're seeing her show on the... And
Ooh.
high. Wow.
Wow, what an angle. It didn't really work, but it was fun.
It seemed to be close. Probably
I think she's on the far edge.
the backside.
Missy on her third lined up to that hyzer line.
She went kind of spiking hyzer, not the low.
Doesn't quite work, but outside circle 2, easy par.
And we're seeing hole 8 today play over par, so an easy par, scoring well in the field.
Oh, the classic forehand roller spot.
See if she can. Oh, good pop.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Haven't seen a lot of that from Holyn, but it looks like she's been throwing those forever based off that.
Yeah, outside of circle 2, you can see the blue tassels there. Should give it a nice bid.
Wow, strong run.
Very strong run. And I've noticed here at Milo with the wood chips surrounding the basket, they're kind of fresh and it catches your layups or your putts nicely.
Definitely. Those chains catching Own's putt nicely. She gets back to even par.
That's a great birdie. Like, wow. Good job, Own. Right side chains.
Paige just missing on that birdie opportunity.
Paige must not have a mini. I've now noticed. Holyn just gave, Paige gave Holyn a mini back. Missy did that earlier.
Yeah, Paige doesn't usually use a mini. That makes sense.
Yep. So Holyn marked it for her, but she's optic to just, putt it. That's funny.
That is funny. Looks like there were 7 birdies on this one today.
7 out of 44. More than normal. The vest and the sunglasses. That's a combination from Own.
She's a whole vibe. We got a 3-way tie at 4 down. Ella Hansen and Taylor Chosek.
The 2 Oregonians.
Yeah.
Hole 9, the next top of the hill shot. This is a little bit more difficult. You've got the river behind and to the left of the basket. You need to throw something with good nose and angle control. Get a little bit turned to the right and hopefully you can swing it in between these 2 trees. It is a bit further, 442 feet. I think it is a bit of a in-between hole for the FPO field. But it's a really fun shot. Ooh, a forehand from Own, which maybe... I don't know how that gets to the basket.
It doesn't. It's just a par play.
It's a good par play. Mm-hmm. I kind of actually love that. Now I'm thinking about
yeah,
par play.
I've done that, I don't know, for years. It can bring in this right side, but for the most part, you're going to get down there and just have an easy pitch up because there aren't that many people getting birdie looks on this one.
You have to have a lot of power. You've got to really commit to the angle and then miss that branch there.
Hate that branch.
But it didn't kick too hard into the rough. Should be able to get up and down. This tee pad is slippery as well. You can see a nice worn spot from where it's been used over the years.
Ooh, look at this. I will say this is probably the most fun tee shot to watch when you get the angle just right on the property.
Yeah, you're right.
Gorgeous shot from Paige. Paige through her ESP Passion.
That's a good disc for that shot. You can really see Missy committing to that nose down angle.
Fantastic.
A little touchy forehand to throw here. Holyn likes to throw the hyzer forehand.
Well done.
Yeah. I think she'll be able to straddle around the tree there. And like you said, from Own, the pretty straightforward layup for the par play. Just inside circle 2. I thought this got a little closer off the tee.
Same.
Good par. Kind of where we're seeing the in-between. But it really isn't a par 4. And I don't want to tee from the ground.
Yeah. No, it's fine. We're fine with a hard par 3.
Yeah. Cleaning up her par. This is picturesque Milo for me, and maybe a really hard birdie, but you got the river behind, big trees surrounding the basket.
Not a bad day at work.
Nope.
Holyn in a wide straddle here. And cashes. It's a good par save.
Mm-hmm. She probably wants that birdie, though. She can, she can get that.
She wants all of them.
Yeah.
And as you can see, even the phenomenal drives from Missy and Paige not quite paying off on that one. We only had 1 birdie on the day from Cat Merch.
Way to go, Cat.
Yeah, really good one. Lots of birdies on the front 9. Missy Gannon hanging in the lead with Ella Hansen and Taylor Chosek, who was on my card, and she's from Oregon, like you said, and people were like, oh, your home courses, and she's never played either of the courses, which is pretty funny. Emily Weatherman, Cat Merch up there. Lots more golf. Do you think the back 9 plays easier or harder?
I haven't thought about that. Quicker.
Quicker, for sure. A lot less walks, for sure. I think maybe a little easier, but we will see.
So. The par 3s are a little easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very true. Very probably true. Well, thank you for joining us. And we are very close to 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. So please do the thing, click the button, subscribe, help us out so we can keep bringing you all of this great content. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Allie Smith.
And there's nothing to say. There's nothing left to say other than that.
Thanks. We're done.
Thanks.
$500,000. 500K?
Woo!
Watch your body and I feel that sunshine.